Good morning, guys. Welcome back. I cannot believe that I announced my pregnancy, that you guys know I'm pregnant, and that I don't have to hide this secret anymore because it was so hard. First and foremost, because this pregnancy has been so different in the sense that I popped so fast and I was so scared. I was like, is this normal? And apparently it is for your second pregnancy. So I set you guys down because I'm going to pick up this room. Having a toddler and being pregnant is a crazy journey, to the point that I honestly just sometimes let him do whatever he wants while I'm getting ready for the day or brushing my teeth or doing my skincare. So I have to pick this whole room up so I can have a productive day. You know what I mean? To start off, this is what I look like at 15 weeks. I turn a new week every Monday, and this week I turned 15 weeks, and this is how I look. Yeah, the belly is bellying. So let me just clean this up really quick and do my bed because I'm stressing.
To outer space, that's where I'll see your face and have you with me. It may seem dark, but you always light my spark in my heart since the start.
I literally just realized that my microphone wasn't on for the first clip, so I apologize for that. I hope that there's a little bit of a difference in sound now, but I'm done picking up my room. I actually changed the sheets because it was time to do it. I usually change them once a week, so I'm glad that I got that done now. So actually in this vlog, I did want to do my first trimester update, and for that I actually posted a question box on Instagram so that you guys could let me know what questions you have about my first trimester. Since this is my second pregnancy, I do feel like I have a little bit more experience since I already went through it once. And let me just tell you that this pregnancy has been the absolute complete opposite from my first one, which is why I wanted to see what questions you guys had on Instagram so that I could just vent to you and let you know how crazy it is that this is so different. So throughout this vlog, we're going to be on FaceTime and I'm going to just vent to you and answer all the questions that you guys have. So starting with, did you film your reaction to finding out and telling Jonathan? All of that is going to be on J&J Vlogs. Our pregnancy announcement is there on J&J Vlogs, and also telling our friends and family will be on J&J Vlogs. I'm now gonna start getting ready for the day. Definitely feel like getting ready makes me have a better day and makes me feel better about myself, because the way that this acne is just acting up is not good. So this is gonna be a little bit of my everyday makeup. Okay, this one says, symptoms, are they similar to when you were pregnant with Franco? And although they are a little bit similar, I do feel like they are much more intense and a lot harder to deal with, because when I was pregnant with Franco, I wasn't as busy as I am now, and of course I didn't have a toddler running around, and I could basically rot in bed all day, every day if I wanted to. I was literally not doing anything during my first trimester with Franco. I was just sleeping, eating, and sleeping more. So this time around, I do feel like my symptoms are much more intense, and just the way that I cope with them isn't as flexible as I did with Franco. Okay, this question asked, is there anything different you have been doing compared to the last pregnancy? I think that the most different thing I've been doing is just that I've been more active this pregnancy. When I was pregnant with Franco, I didn't start working out until I was pretty far into my second trimester, and that's just because before I was pregnant with Franco, I was very on and off the gym. I didn't really have a routine, and so with this pregnancy, I actually started my running journey as soon as I became pregnant, but I didn't know, right? I didn't know I was pregnant for the first 4 weeks. I literally started running when I was 3 days pregnant, you know, and I didn't know. I was active the first 4 weeks of pregnancy, and then when I found out that I was pregnant, I completely stopped working out because I just could not. I was so nauseous. I was stuck to my toilet. I was exhausted. Like, I've never felt that type of exhaustion in my entire life. So I stopped from mid-July to like the beginning of August, and right before I got into my second trimester, I started running again. And then now that I'm 15 weeks, I am running and strength training. Okay, this one says, how do you compare this first trimester to Franco's first trimester? As I keep saying and will never forget, is just how intense these symptoms were. I definitely remember throwing up with Franco, but I remember that if I was nauseous and I threw up, I would not be nauseous anymore. Like, I would have a perfect day. And with this baby, I am nauseous all day. I throw up and I'm still nauseous. I have nausea 24/7. And with this pregnancy, I can't eat. I instantly get full as soon as I start eating, and then when I get up and I walk 2 steps, I'm like, oh shoot, I have to go throw up. You know, so I can't eat, and then I can't keep anything down. So that's been a little bit stressful. And another big thing is that with Franco, I craved a lot of sweets. But with this baby, I cannot eat sweets. I get the ick so fast when I eat like chocolate or something very sweet. So with this baby, I am craving a lot of sour and spicy things. So that has been a huge difference. Look at how put together I look after I do a little bit of makeup. This is when I feel like that girl, like that pregnant girl, you know? This one says, are you showing a lot and do you have a feeling it might be a girl? This is the tricky part because there's so many old wives' tales. There's so many myths on if this happens, it's a girl. If this happens, it's a boy. And right now we are all kind of inclined towards it's a girl because you guys just like literally look at me. I have to wear stretchy, comfy clothes because I just cannot breathe in anything, and I just feel so big already, which is kind of crazy to think about. I look at my body every single day when I get in the shower, when I'm changing, everything. So the first thing that I notice is that I am getting so wide, and I notice this more. What I'm wearing now is very buttery and soft and comfortable. When I wear my workout shorts, you can tell how wide I am. And yeah, I'm just showing, like, I don't even know. At first I thought I was just bloated, but it never goes away, you know? So I'm like, I'm just showing, like I'm popping. So with that being said, there's a myth that if you get wider, it's a girl, that if you show sooner, it's a girl. Right now I feel so comfortable in my body that I want to show it off, and I love wearing tight things that are comfortable. And this shirt right here is my daily. Wash it as much as I possibly can because I like to wear it so often. So this shirt right here is the Fits Everybody shirt in the color Onyx from Skims, and I'm so grateful to be working with Skims on this video. I literally live in this shirt and in the Fits Everybody collection. I personally don't think that there is anything better out there than this, and that's just because I've been wearing Skims for almost 6 months and I just love how everything looks. And this Fits Everybody collection literally says it all. It fits everybody. The Fits Everybody collection of underwear is super lightweight and molds to your body, and the buttery soft fabric stretches to twice its size without ever losing shape, meaning that you get a perfect fit every single time. So I currently have on the Fits Everybody scoop bralette, and it is so soft, and it is what I've been wearing mostly every day, and this is going to be so good postpartum because I can literally just pop a boob out and breastfeed. So I have the Fits Everybody collection in the color Onyx, but I also have it in the color Clay, which is so nice when I wear white or lighter pieces of clothing. I'm not sure if you can tell just how buttery soft this fabric is, and it is just going to grow with me throughout my pregnancy. I'm not going to have to repurchase different sizes or anything like that. My favorite items are the high-waisted thong and the boy short. The high-waisted thong I wear daily, like to the gym and out and about, but this boy short, oh my god, to sleep in is probably the comfiest thing I've ever worn, especially because I can just wear this and I don't have to like put PJs on or anything like that. And I love this color Clay, and I also have it in the color Onyx, and it is just a staple to my everyday life. The best part about Skims is that they carry sizes from extra small to 4X. Skims is honestly just creating the next generation of underwear for everybody. I know that all of this has been going super viral on all social media, and I'm here to tell you to believe the hype. Skims has over 100,000 5-star reviews for a reason. Go ahead and click the link in my description box to check out the Fits Everybody collection and more perfect fit essentials. Plus, get free shipping on orders over $75. After you place your order, please make sure you let them know that I sent you. Select YouTube on the survey, and please select my YouTube channel on the drop-down menu so that you can let them know that I sent you. I'm literally on the website right now about to place an order for more underwear because they do have the 3 for $36. So go ahead and take advantage of that. All right, let's keep going with my questions. The way I'm just so excited that you guys already know all about this makes me so happy, because now I can just freely daily vlog and not be afraid that you're gonna see my stomach, that you're gonna see my prenatals, or that you're gonna see me looking like actual death, because that's how I did look for the first few weeks. Let's do a couple more questions. This question here says, do you have names yet? We have close to 0 boy names. We have no idea what we would name the baby if it was a boy, and we are actually locked in on one name for a girl. I do have another one that I want to talk to Jonathan about, but I have had the first name in my head for a very long time, and if Franco wouldn't have been a boy, I would have named our baby girl that. So I think I have about 2 girl names that I'm going for. I'm not really quite sure yet, but no boy names. So if you guys have any idea on boy names, please let me know, because I'm stressing. Did Franco show any signs that he knew? Yes, he was getting very clingy and very fussy. First few weeks he was so fussy, and for me it was like, is he going through a sleep regression? Is he going through a leap? Like, what's going on? And I would check the wonder weeks and it didn't say that he was going through a leap. I kind of had a feeling that something was up. He just knew, and it is just so insane to me to know that like babies know when there's another baby on the way, you know. And fast forward to now, he cannot stand me very much, if at all. The only time that he can stand me is at night when we're doing his bedtime routine. He loves me at nighttime, but during the day he cannot stand me. He has to be with dad. He has to be with grandma. Like, he does not care for me at all during the day, which is a little bit sad, but I completely understand where he's coming from. And then another thing is that he says a lot of words, but the one word that he had not said was mom. And I've heard him say mom once in his whole lifetime, but after that, never again. And just last week he started saying mama, and it's like he hates me, but like he kind of loves me, you know. So yeah, he calls me mom now, which is insane. Mentally, were you ready for 2 under 2, or in general for another baby? I think that mentally right now, like if I were to have a baby right now, it'd be very mentally challenging, but baby's due date is very early March, so when baby is born, Franco's already gonna be 2. His second birthday will already have passed. He will be 2 for a month already, so I'm kind of happy that I'm not gonna have 2 under 2, but I'm still gonna have a brand new 2-year-old that is gonna be going through a lot of life changes. I already know, like, I have friends that have 2 babies. I already know how mentally challenging it's gonna be, and how different the dynamic is gonna be, and just how much more busy we're going to be with 2 babies. But that is just beautiful chaos to me, and it just means that we're growing our family, that Franco's gonna have a best friend to grow up with. And yeah, so although I'm a little bit nervous, I wouldn't say that I'm not mentally ready, you know. What was your first pregnancy symptom? My first pregnancy symptom was exhaustion, sleepiness. Like, I remember I would just fall asleep anywhere and everywhere. It didn't matter where I was, what I was doing, where I was going, I was asleep. If I had 2 minutes of spare time, I was asleep. If I got in the car for any car ride, I'd fall asleep. Literally anything, I was asleep. I would just be so exhausted all day, to the point that I was like, why am I so tired? It got so severe that I was like, oh my god, like I'm definitely lacking some vitamins, girl. But it was just pregnancy. Right after being exhausted, I got very sick, very nauseous. I was stuck to my toilet, and to this day I still get nauseous all day, every day. Any tips on morning sickness? My OBGYN would always just tell me to eat banana with peanut butter and like eat more bland stuff. I eat a lot of bananas, a lot of peanut butter. I eat salted crackers. I eat crackers in general, and I think just having a more bland diet is what helps. Sweets trigger it disgustingly, and yeah, I try to stay away from sweets. Have you been emotional? I have not been emotional. I feel like I've been a lot more impatient, and not with like anything in particular, but mostly with like Jonathan. I know there was a question asking if I can stand him, if I love him more, and with Jonathan, my patience runs very thin. I literally need him to treat me like a princess, like a queen. I need him to worship me, and the minute that he like loses his patience with me a little bit, or the minute that we're having like a very serious conversation about work and he's like not addressing me as his pregnant wife, I already gave him a child, I'm like, who are you talking to, and why are you talking to her like that, you know? So with him, I lose a little bit more of my patience, but I haven't gotten emotional just yet. So far so good in the emotional part. How come you are continuing running? Exercise, staying active, all of that is still okay while you're pregnant. If not, it's even more recommended. So my doctor just told me to continue to do what I was doing. Other than a healthy baby, what do you wish for, a girl or a boy? Honestly, I have no preference. I would love for Franco to have like a little boy best friend and like grow up with a little boy. But if it's a girl, we're gonna be stoked, we're gonna be happy. If it's a boy, then we're just gonna try again and see if we get a girl. But if I'm just destined to be a boy mom, I'd be happy, ecstatic, and all the good things. Has Jonathan had any pregnancy symptoms? I heard que se les pasa a los hombres. Oh my god, it's so funny because Jonathan, for Franco's pregnancy, he hated cheese, right? Like just in general. When I got pregnant with Franco, he loved cheese. He would just eat it straight out of the block. And now with this pregnancy, he's just getting a lot more hungry. So he's just like super hungry throughout the day, which I don't know if it's a pregnancy, if it's his hormones, if it's whatever, but he's very, very hungry. And we do kind of tie it into like pregnancy symptoms, which is insane. Compared to your first pregnancy, is it easier this time around or harder? I would definitely say 100% it's harder this time around, just because I have a toddler and we have a lot of things going on with like life and work and all of that. So it is 100 times harder. It's not as blissful as your first pregnancy, because my first pregnancy, as I said, I could just rot in bed all day. With this one, I can't do that. Who did you tell first? Jonathan was the very first person that found out, which you guys will see that on J&J vlogs. But right now it is about 11:30 and I had my breakfast around 8, so I'm getting very hungry. So I'm gonna go get something to eat and then we'll continue this Q&A. You guys, I'm in the office and I feel so terrible. I had a really good lunch and I felt great for like 10 minutes after, but now I'm feeling like I need to throw up. This is the ups and downs of pregnancy. For the first half of the day you'll feel great, and then for the second half you will feel like absolute poop. Now for the last question, it says, how did you keep the secret and why did you keep a secret? Basically for this first trimester, I was like, I'm gonna keep vlogging, I'm gonna keep being active on social media, I'm gonna do this and that. Well, my symptoms said, you're not gonna be able to do that, girl. You're gonna be throwing up every day 24/7. So I did have to push a lot of my work. I explained it in one of my vlogs, but my cup was completely empty. Any drop that I had of energy, any time that I wasn't throwing up, I was just trying to fill Franco's cup up and make sure that I was being there for him, make sure that I was playing with him, interacting with him, cuddling him, spending time with him. So the way I kept the secret is just that I didn't upload. I went MIA on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere, and a lot of you guys were asking me like, oh, where are you? And I would just keep saying, oh, it's because we're so busy with like Vibe and Co. But no, girl, I was just stuck to the toilet all day. And the reason that I did keep a secret is pretty self-explanatory, and if you haven't been pregnant before, you probably don't know that the first trimester, the first 12 weeks are kind of delicate in the sense that a lot can happen in the first trimester. I don't want to talk about anything negative here, but miscarriages are most common in the first trimester, and I never wanted to announce like as soon as I found out I was pregnant and then potentially lose the baby or have to come on here and be like, oh, like I'm not pregnant anymore. So as much as I would have loved to announce and to like vlog my sick days, I just couldn't. I wanted to be in the clear, which you still aren't fully in the clear, and a lot of things can still happen throughout your whole pregnancy. So I just felt like it was the safest to tell you guys as soon as I entered my second trimester. So that is how and why I kept it a secret for a little bit. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any more questions, oh my god, I cannot stop yawning. Ugh. Okay, if you have any more questions, leave them in the comments down below in case I didn't answer them, and I will answer them for you. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. I appreciate you so much, and please always remember, God, goals, glowing and growing.